The most important aspect of an educational building is its classrooms. As architects, it is essential to gather specific information about classroom design to create effective learning environments. Classrooms can be categorized into two types, academic and non-academic. In non-academic classrooms, the environment is typically divided into three distinct areas: the teaching area, the student's seating area, and the storage area for closets and hangers. It is also important to consider that all classrooms should be accessed from a corridor. Upon entering the classroom, one first encounters the storage area for closets and clothes hangers. This is followed by the student's seating area, and finally, the teaching area. For a school with 4 classrooms, the width of the corridor should be 240 centimeters, with an additional 20 centimeters allocated for each school. After the corridor, we come to the entrance door. Classroom doors should always open into the corridor or hallway, never inward into the classroom. The minimum width for these doors is 81 centimeters, with an ideal size ranging from 90 to 100 centimeters for single doors, and 160 to 170 centimeters for double doors. For double leaf doors, the width of each leaf should not be less than 81 centimeters. The standard height for classroom doors is 200 centimeters. To minimize disturbances during teaching, to allow visibility into the classroom from the outside, a small window is typically designed into the door. Next is the area designated for wardrobes and hangers. In this section, for elementary, middle, and high school classrooms, clothes hangers should be installed at heights of 110 centimeters, 130 centimeters, and 150 centimeters. Since this area resembles a corridor, its width should not be less than 240 centimeters. The largest part of each classroom is dedicated to the student's seating area. For each student, we should allocate a minimum of 2 square meters and a maximum of 4 square meters of space. Therefore, for a class with 25 students, the total space should range between 50 and 100 square meters. The average of these two figures is 75 square meters, which is considered the ideal size for a classroom. Based on this calculation, we will plan for 3 square meters of space per student. It is important to ensure that there are no columns within the classroom, as they can obstruct visibility and movement. For classrooms with an area of less than 23 square meters, it may not be necessary to design windows, and artificial lighting can be used instead. In such cases, we should first hypothetically arrange the rows of chairs and then design the layout of ceiling lamps to be positioned perpendicular to these rows. However, for classrooms larger than 23 square meters, it is essential to incorporate windows. These windows should ideally be located on the left side of the students. Natural light should be utilized from the north and south directions rather than from the east and west, as this orientation provides better lighting conditions throughout the day. The height of the windows should not exceed 110 centimeters from the floor. Windows should operate in a sliding manner to minimize disruptions during class. The height of all classrooms should be set at 4 meters, which allows for ample vertical space. The teaching area should be situated on a platform that is 25 centimeters high and 100 centimeters deep. The portion of the platform where the teacher's desk is located should have a depth of 140 centimeters and a length of 160 centimeters. The distance from the first row of students' seats to the blackboard should be 200 centimeters for elementary schools, 240 centimeters for middle schools, and 260 centimeters for high schools. The height of the blackboard from the ground should be 60 centimeters for elementary and middle schools and 70 centimeters for high schools. The length of the blackboard can extend as long as the wall behind it. When designing university classrooms, we should first create a platform that is at least 30 centimeters high and 2 meters deep. The first row of seats should be positioned at a distance of at least 2 meters from this platform. We begin by establishing a hypothetical height of 110 centimeters for both the teaching platform and the seating area. Considering that the average height of a person seated is approximately 110 centimeters. Next, we draw a circle with a radius of 15 centimeters on the teaching platform. This circle represents the potential range of head placement for seated individuals. From the initial point, we move back 90 centimeters and draw a vertical line. Then, from the hypothetical point on the teaching platform, we draw a tangent line to the first circle. At the intersection of this tangent line and the vertical line, we measure 110 centimeters downward. This marks the floor level of our second platform. We repeat these steps in the same order to determine the base level of all subsequent platforms. It is important to remember that the height of the classroom walls should not be less than 230 centimeters. When viewed from above, the classroom layout will reveal specific seating arrangements. In these classrooms, There should be no more than 14 seats in a single row and no more than 7 rows in total. If we wish to increase the classroom capacity, we must first design a corridor before placing additional seats. The width of these corridors should be at least 75 centimeters when seating is provided on only one side. If there are seats on both sides, the corridor width should be no less than 107 centimeters. Additionally, it is essential to include an exit door for every 5 rows of seats. By adhering to these guidelines and incorporating creativity into the design, you can create an exceptional classroom environment. Don't forget to follow our channel for more informative videos.